Hey everyone, I'm back again with Joel from Warp. I talked about this project in the past. Thanks, Joel, for joining me. Uh,
Pleasure to be back.
I appreciate it. Obviously, I was super excited to be able to talk with you again. I didn't. I know we chatted a little bit earlier, but I wanted to tell you that I have actually been using your project as an example when I talk to some of my friends
That's
about who
awesome.
don't know about crypto. They're like, I don't
Yeah.
understand crypto. I don't understand NFTs. I don't understand staking, anything like that. I was like, hey, look at this project. It's gonna make sense to you. You could actually put all the concepts, the complicated crypto blockchain concepts, into an understandable format. So I've been using it, and I think it's gonna really great.
Awesome. That's really cool to hear, man. Thank you.
Because
High
yeah,
praise.
yeah. So maybe in case you guys haven't seen my previous video, we kind of walked through it. I'll put the link in the description. But Joel, maybe you could give a quick overview on what this project's about. And I know you guys have a bunch of exciting updates that you're gonna actually show us live today. So
Yeah,
thanks,
yeah,
Joel.
super excited. Yeah, so brief recap on what Warp is. So Warp is we basically started out as a iteration, a development of the Ohm protocol in which we are allowing people to buy bonds, but when they bought bonds, they actually bought Starship part NFTs, and then you could combine those NFTs to create a spaceship. And then in our ecosystem, we had multiple planets that you could travel from one planet to the other and earn different staking rewards. So the fewer people on the planet, the higher the APY, the more you earned. And so that was basically how we launched ourselves, and we did that about 3 months ago. Gosh, time flies. And over that time, we actually have been launching what we're considering to be the finishing of our first season and the entering into the next phase of our development, which is really embracing the GameFi protocol side. So since then, we actually launched, and I'll show you guys a tour of what we've developed. We've launched the Shipyard, which is our own internal OpenSea, which allows people to buy and sell starships and starship parts to other people, which is crucial for our big push to multi-chain, which we'll talk about. But then we also launched, and we're right around the corner from the final piece. This video will come out and it'll be live, but I'm going to show you guys. You guys are the first people to actually see it running in a live environment, which is pretty cool. But we launched our arcade, which is actually out right now. It is a video game where you can actually log in as an online multiplayer battle arena, where it actually uses your starship and the starship properties that you have, your speed, your strength, your shield status, all that stuff, and you can actually battle other players in real time. No lobbies, no loading. It's really fun. Well, I'll show you guys a preview of that. Actually, it's live. That one's done. And then we have our starship battles, where you'll actually be able to earn die by battling other players using your ships, as well as repair them and all that sort of stuff. So that is the finishing of season one. And now that season one is about to be complete on Polygon, we're now officially launching on 4 different chains, which we can also talk about. So it's been a really cool season development. We launched. We've had a lot of community feedback. We've built up our web app. We've added a lot of cool features, and now we're getting ready. And this is a great opportunity for people who are excited about Warp to get in as soon as we launch on another chain with an entire ecosystem ready to go out the gate.
Yeah, and like I said, we talked about it last time. I remember we looked through the different ships and talked about that. I thought they looked really great, really awesome, really unique. There's like different types, and I just thought the whole entire ecosystem, and that's why I was explaining it to my friend. Was like, hey, because he was a huge gamer, this kind of like a good way for him to not only experience like blockchain and but also get all the gamer stuff that he's used to, which I think is awesome. So I can't wait for you to show what it looks like, and obviously I took a sneak peek of it earlier, and I think looks
Yeah,
awesome. Being able to actually use your NFT in the game is definitely exciting. I saw some great
very
ones
cool.
out there, so super excited. And it seems like, yeah, you guys have definitely been busy, so I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, feel
We've
free
been
to
we've had our heads to the ground. We are pushing. I mean, this whole thing has all been about getting to the point that we're literally right about to hit, and it's super exciting. We've got really so let me go ahead and I'll just share my screen real quick. So
cool.
here is the environment. This it's very similar to what you guys have seen. The cool thing that we've added up here is the ability to be able to change the layout of your interface. I
Nice.
showed you this last time, where you can actually drag and move these things around. But the cool thing is now we're introducing some different layouts for people who want to store their dashboard. But now, kind of coming over here to our hangar, we have all the different things, your starship parts, the starships that you have inside of your inventory, the ability to build your ship, and then your refueling. But this is about about to change. This is actually our live environment right now. I wanted to show you guys this, and then we'll go to the test network we're about to deploy to live. So right now, one of the major changes that we've done is actually as a part of our expansion goals and our desire not to overinflate, we actually shut down bonding on Polygon about a month ago, which the community took really well. They knew that we weren't just in it to destroy the value of the token. And now you can actually buy Starship parts directly. Before it was randomized. Now you can directly buy the Starship parts that you want. So you can choose which piece you want, and then you can choose what you want to spend, which allows you to kind of customize your ship. So if you want a racing ship, for example, because ship racing is coming in season 2, you can have a weak bridge and a weak hull, but then put a lot of values into your engine, and then your ship is going to be, in a sense, a racing ship. Or if you want a tanky ship, you can reduce the amount you're putting in your engine, and then build up your hull and your bridge, which is pretty cool. One big thing that we're really excited about is our Shipyard. This was very crucial for us to be able to launch multi-chain, because a lot of other chains don't have a dominant NFT platform, so it's hard to buy, sell, or trade different parts or different NFTs on some of these other chains like Phantom or Binance and those stuff. Not to say that there aren't major ones, but there's not quite as dominant one as like OpenSea. So what we built is actually our Shipyard here, where you can actually, the cool thing is you can actually sell your ships directly with us. So if I wanted to sell one of my Starships, I can sell it, and I'll actually get more money because we don't have to pay those OpenSea fees, which is cool. You can also buy and sell parts. So all of these parts that you guys are seeing here are different parts. You can see here this is a strength of 276, which means that if you would have bought it normally, it would be $276 to get this, but somebody here is selling it for 230 DAI, which means that it's a discount from what you might otherwise be paying if you bought it normally. So all of this is actually this isn't us. We don't have a single part listed. This is all other people in our ecosystem are listing these parts.
Yeah,
and the same thing with the ships.
Yeah, that's cool that they could, like, once they buy the parts, like, I assume the people that they're selling is because they probably got a better one, and then it's like, rather than just like, okay, I can't do anything with this, it gives them an option to sell a part, which I think is good. It creates this good ecosystem, makes it so that, you know, nothing is like wasted, that you're not trying to just take all their money. It's like, hey, okay, I'm just upgrading my parts, I can resell it, go back in, maybe I'm trying to get an even better part, so I just need to get money. So I think that's awesome. And I love these ships. Obviously, we looked at them before. I think like the creativity of like the name and what they look like and everything like that is definitely interesting, and, you know, kind of the history of like where the ship has been and things like that. It was something that really
and that's actually one of the things that we're really excited about. Talk about ship battles. One thing I will mention, so we're all about, like, the ships are our currency. You know, the warp token itself is a token that's a part of our ecosystem. We consider it our soft currency, but the starships are really they're the currency of warp. They're the economic driver, and so we want all the value to be in the ships themselves. So one of the things that we already have built, it's not deploying yet, that's coming in season 2, is ship rentals. So the cool thing is similar to how you see the ships listing here. So you can choose, like, oh, I want to search for Vipers, right? And so here's all the different Vipers that are available, and I can also say, like, okay, I want this Viper to be on Medius, for example. So here you go. Oh, look, it's called Viper on Medius. How convenient. This is not scripted. I'm literally just going through the browsings right now. But the cool thing is, if I look at this Starship here, you can see all the different information about it and then its price. Well, what we're going to let people do is, right now, if you wanted to buy this Viper, that's 1,900 DAI. That's a lot of money, right? The cool thing is with Starship rentals, what will happen is we want people to be able to get into our ecosystem, to battle each other, to get into the arena, to do ship racing and ship expeditions, which is coming in season 2. But coming in at 1,900 DAI, I mean, this is a very powerful, so this is not the best example. You know, let me just go back to, you know, something that's a little bit cheaper. Okay, here you go, 350. Right, so here's 359 DAI to buy this this Starship. What we can actually do is, you can, as a user, you can set, okay, I want to rent out this ship to another person, and you can say, I want the daily rate to be $10 a day. So you set it as $10 a day. Our system will put it up for listing in a marketplace similar to this, and then someone will be able to say, okay, I want to rent this ship. Now you don't have to sell your ship. You're renting it out. You're earning $10 for somebody to borrow your ship for a day, and then the cool thing is that that person comes in and they're able to access our ecosystem for only $10 instead of hundreds of dollars, which is really cool. So that whole feature is coming as a part of our season 2 rollout, and we think it's going to be an awesome way for people to earn additional ROI off of their Starships, as well as solve the problem of the barrier of entry for other people.
Cool.
So it's a pretty cool.
Sorry, I gotta ask, that Polydodge one, can you click into it? How did they get it like that? Like, how does it look like
hmm
that? How do they
So
get a custom?
this is one of our special giveaways that we did. Polydoge is one of our partners,
Oh, cool.
and so we actually gave away 10 exclusive Polydoge starships with the awesome sunglasses on them. And so you know, somebody is selling this at a very high value because of course this is a one of one. There's no other ship in the entire
Oh,
ecosystem like this
interesting.
one. So it's
Cool.
pretty cool.
Definitely, if you see that flying around and battling out there, you probably will be a target because
You're
everyone
gonna
wants
be
to
like, what
follow.
is
Yeah.
that giant
What is
pink
it?
ship running
Yeah, got
around?
it. Sorry, I just had to ask, but I think it's
Yeah.
cool how, first of all, remember we highlighted that before. You guys are doing partnerships with other projects. I
hmm
think that's an great thing. I think those collaborations are great, and then it's a good way to really have customization, have unique ships, which I think is awesome. They look really nice. So
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm just going to bring you guys over to our test network, which is identical except for the fact that the battle zone is up. Actually, you know what I should do first is I should showcase the arena because that is actually really fun. So one of the things that we've done as a part of our adding value to people who are in the ecosystem is we wanted to create fun interactivity options to use the starships themselves. So I'll talk about the battle zone here in a second because this is you guys are going to get to see this for the first look. But before we do, let me actually go over to the arcade. So this is available at arcade.warp.game. We also rebranded. I forgot to mention that. So we still have the warp.bond brand identity, but we have also now, because we're going into GameFi, we've switched over to warp.game. So the cool thing here, you know, this is something that we built in. Oh yeah, so look at this. There are people fighting right now. So the cool thing is my wallet is connected, and it's actually pulling in the starships that I own as a part of my battle system, as a part of my wallet. So if you buy and sell different ships, you can actually bring them in here. So I've got my Matic News Javelin, and this is running in real time. You saw there's no loading screens. It looks a little bit stuttery here on the playback. I don't know how stuttery that is for you. But actually this is here, so I can actually fire. Oh geez, there's a whole thing going on right now. So it actually features the different planets that we have available in our game. This is available for free exclusively to people who own starships or, you know, who are renting them. I can hold down shift and I can see kind of what everybody else is doing. And so these are basically, you know, these are players right now, literally in our ecosystem, who are flying around in their starships, battling each other. And right now it's just for fun. There's no,
right. Yeah, that's what I was
you
gonna
know,
ask. Like what the
winning
mode
from it.
was, it's like it was a seems like a battle royale or something like that would be
Yeah,
like.
it is a battle royale.
Got
You
it.
know, there's not. You have endless lives. You can come and join at any time. We have health kits. We have black holes that spawn in here. We're working at constantly bringing this in. But the cool thing that we're doing actually daily right now, so you can see here's our top leaderboard, and Death Scythe is currently that's the name of the starship that's out
Right.
there, Death Scythe, I should say. And so what we're doing is we're doing daily competitions for whoever's the top of the leaderboard during a specific window earns 50 die, just for fun, you
Yeah,
know.
that's cool.
Um,
Yeah, display. It's a good way for people to use your ship, check it out, and like obviously like I'll try to optimize that thing. Like okay, maybe I didn't wasn't a top killer today, but
yeah.
maybe I need to do X, Y, and Z to improve my ship. So it's
Somebody's
definitely
just shooting
interesting.
me.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's a cool thing. I was trying to show it here before somebody's trying to blast me, but you can see that the actual, you know, the stats of the ship that I built here are actually showing up inside of the game. So actually pull in all that data. So stronger and faster ships will be stronger and faster within the game itself, which
Cool.
is pretty cool.
Yeah,
So
no,
that's
it was
available for
it was
everybody.
running
It's pretty
pretty
fun.
smoothly for me to check. Obviously, where you're playing it, you're trying to stream it, and I'm also trying to like bring it in live through
Yeah.
the recording. So yeah, I'd assume it's like super
It's
clean. I'm
smooth
a
as
huge fan
butter.
of
It's
Unity and the
we've
platform.
had
It's
like
great.
50 people in there at the same time, all battling each other, and there's a couple people who are lagging, but generally speaking, it's very smooth. So
Cool.
we developed that all internally. We didn't outsource that. That was all done inside by our internal team, same team that's built the rest of this. And so it's been really cool. So so now let me show you guys the battle zone. This is the first. You guys are the first people outside of our own internal team to see this. So glad that we can kind of have this exclusive for you guys. But this is our battle zone. We're really excited about. We're really proud of it. There's a lot of work that went into here. You can please ignore all of the different stats and stuff that are in here. This is in our test environment. But Space Lambo here has actually earned 108 die in our test environment. And so this leaderboard does update weekly, and we're going to be doing weekly prizes for people who are here on the top. But the cool thing is that you can see here I have a couple of starships that are currently ready and ready for battle. And in our ecosystem so far, just our test environment, 486 die has been won in our test network, which is pretty cool to see that these, the die is being distributed. So even in our test environment, people are having fun.
Is there like a penalty? Like if you go in your ship and you like, obviously like your stats say you've won one, not judging you, but you've lost 9. But does anything happen to your ship? Do you need to like repair it?
So badly.
Like do you have to repair? You don't. There's no like repairing it. It's like
yeah, there is. So
okay,
that's one of the
okay,
cool things
interesting.
that we do have a repair system here. So I might come over here to the repair shop as well in the live environment.
I see.
But I can actually come here, and the cool thing is you can see I have this starship here, Space Jam, and I can actually choose, how much I want to repair. But the cool thing is, like, this thing I've been battling like freaking mad, and part of the testing, that stuff. And so to repair, the starship basically takes 10% of the battle bid damage. And so after, like, I've done, I don't know, 10 battles with this thing here, and to repair all of my components, it's going to cost me 9 die. So we're making it very cheap. This is a very strong starship, and it's relatively inexpensive to repair. The other thing too is for people who have bought starship parts through our starship part system, they get what's called a repair kit NFT. You can see here includes bonus repair kit. And the cool thing is in the repair shop, if I have that NFT because I've bought a part in the ecosystem, I can actually choose here to use a repair kit, and it will repair my starship back to 100% health, no matter how much damage it has. So if I've been battling and earning die and winning and losing all that stuff, I could wait till my ship has reached critical health and then use that repair kit and repair it all.
Yeah, I mean, I think the repairing is a good. I'm sure some people are like, oh, I have to pay to repair. No, it's like, no, make that higher. It should be even higher, because if you don't have that in the game, people are just gonna stay in there the whole day and just like walk away and just like automatically like sit there and whatever. There's no penalty, but I think having the penalty adds that level of like, hey, like, okay, I need to make sure that I'm doing well. I need to make sure that
you want to make sure you're strategic, because we want people to feel connected with their ships. These ships are our currency, right? We don't want you to just absolutely destroy it. Cool thing though is that there are going to be people who will damage their starships too much, right? So a starship might become damaged and no longer able to participate in a battle because it's been too damaged. What can you do? The cool thing is you can go to the shipyard, right? There aren't any ships listed here because this is our test environment, but we actually are adding in a damage thing. So somebody may be able to sell a starship that is too damaged to fight. They don't want to repair it for whatever reason, and they can sell it almost like it's a junk ship, right? And then you can buy it, you can repair it yourself.
A fixer-upper.
Repair kit.
It's a fixer.
Exactly, a fixer-upper, and then now you have a cheap starship that you bought and repaired, and maybe you could sell it again or whatever you want to do. So that type of gameplay is going to happen inside of our ecosystem naturally. So let me show you the battle arena. We're really proud of it. So I'm going to choose to fight Nako Drone. I know exactly who this is, one of our mods, Irma. And I'm going to select my starship here. So you can see here, do not fight this ship is my ship I'm going to be battling. And this shows me my different strength components here. My total strength, my speed bonus. Weaker ships can fight stronger ships, but stronger ships cannot fight weaker ships. So this helps us, prevent a big starship from coming in and sweeping the ring. So you can be Luke Skywalker versus the Death Star if you want, but your odds are relatively low. No offense to Luke Skywalker, but for we're not going to have a Star Destroyer attacking you and expecting you to win in that battle.
And I like the things at the bottom where it says it's pretty much like estimating you'll earn this. This is the fee. This is like the experience. This is the potential damage. So like it's good that it calculates all that stuff because it
does. So you can kind of decide before you go into a battle that this is kind of what I would want to do. And the cool thing about it here is the total battle fee, right? So this is how we as a company we further development. So as people battle, we take 10% of whatever the total battle bid is from both players, and that just helps us continue to develop the game. But you guys are the winner is taking 90% of all the profits from it. And then we also have the weekly challenges, which will add additional rewards on top. So the cool thing is I can select my ship, and then we have these 2 different battle modes. There's the auto battle mode here, which will basically you let the ship's AI fight for you. You proceed to the battle arena, and then basically you let the ship AI battle the other ship, and the winner will be determined within the course of a 30-minute sorry, 30 minutes, within the course of like a 30-second battle, right? So the whole battle gets deployed, the two ships duke it out, and then you get to find out if you win. So basically, it takes, however long it takes for a transaction to run in order for you to determine whether or not you're the winner. But then advanced battle mode is much more engaging. It's a lot more direct. The stakes are a lot higher. It's a lot more fun, and this takes anywhere from depending on how strong the ships are, 8 to 15 minutes to do. So I'll just go ahead and select Advanced Battle because it's pretty cool. I'm going to proceed to the battle arena. And now here's the cool thing here. You can see we have my ship, the enemy ship, our targeting windows. Let me see if I can make this screen just a little bit longer. There we go. Okay, actually, let me go back because this is really cool. Oops, I didn't mean to go that far back. We'll go through the whole thing again. So who was I fighting? Nako Drone.
Yeah, so then, yeah, so that's interesting. So like from Nako Drone's standpoint, like, cause you're the one doing the battle fee, but then
Right.
Nako Drone doesn't pay any battle fee, right? So if you're like,
So technically he did. So let me
okay.
let me show you that real quick because it's cool. So basically here under this tab you have deploy ships. So you have a way to actively manage your ship and passively manage your ship. So if you're not fighting currently, what you can do is you can go here to your ships and you can see I have my different ships available. Here's one already in the arena. Here's one ready.
Oh, cool.
So I can actually select my Starship. Oh, this one's in battle, so I could claim victory. One of the cool things is that if a ship is in battle and the other player hasn't actually finished the battle, then I can actually claim victory after 1 hour of inactivity and get my ship back out of the arena. So we make sure that people's ships aren't stuck. So here's Space Jam. Basically here at this point is where I choose, okay, I want to choose a 20 die battle bid. So I'll deploy it for battle, right? And then it will actually show up in the battle arena. I need to go back.
Yeah, that's cool.
Actually,
yeah, that's cool. That's what I figured.
In a
like,
sense, I can withdraw my ship from the arena and then go fight other starships. And then when I'm not fighting other starships actively, I can put my ship out in the arena. And one of the cool things actually here, if you select a starship, you'll see you get a 2% firepower boost, which actually does make a pretty big difference. 2% doesn't sound like a lot, but when you put your ship out for battle, because it's ready, it has that initiative. And so you're able to actually get a bonus for having your starship out there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. Obviously, your name is Do Not Fight This Ship, so everyone wants to fight it, which is good because that's what you want. You want a ship that's out there, or like that Polydoge one, or whatever that. It's just gonna sit there. Everyone's gonna fight that thing, which is good. Like you want them to, obviously, if you are expecting, you're putting your ship out there because you expect you have a good chance of winning. So it's out there, but it's a good way to just, oh, I'm not doing anything. A lot of people are gonna come to me and fight me. Good luck to them, but it's just a good way to earn. So that was
it's a great, so that way you can, when you're not actively fighting, your ships can still be out there earning you money, right? Because other people are fighting them, or if you don't win, then you're not winning anything, right? So let me go back to the battle arena here. So I'm gonna fight Nako Drone. I'm gonna choose my ship here, select your ship. I'm gonna go to advanced mode, and here's actually the cool thing. If you see, here's the whole UI booting up, which is pretty cool.
So yeah, really I love the UI of like this whole entire thing that you've been showing. I thought it looks really cool. Definitely get the space type of like I'm a captain vibe of like this is my station. This is what I'm looking at. So yeah.
We wanted it to really feel okay. I can't make this just a little bit bigger. There we go. So one of the cool things here, so in this advanced battle, so you can see here's my ship, right? Here's the enemy ship, as well as its statistics. Here is the controls, right, for our starship. So what I get to do is I get to choose, and the neat thing is you'll see it show up here in the targeting window as you highlight over it. I can choose to reinforce a specific part of my ship. So in the first round here, there's not really anything that's happening, primarily just because the starship we haven't fought each other yet. But I'm going to choose, the hull is the biggest part of my ship, so I'm going to hit reinforce. You can see the shield icon shows up here, which means that if the enemy ship attacks my hull, it's going to do less damage because my shields are reinforcing this particular area. And then over here on the enemy ship, I can choose where I want to target. So I can hover over the bridge, I can hover over the engine, I can hover over the hull, and I can basically choose to whittle down and attack a specific component. And you can see the targeting icon shows up here. So I can hit engage battle, my transaction will come up. Oh, that's right, this ship is deployed for battle, so I can't actually fight. So I could pull another ship in. But you guys kind of get the idea. So basically, I would submit this transaction, and then actually the battle would play out. I would receive the data from the Starship AI telling me, okay, here's what's happened. you want to do next? And I could see, oh look, the enemy attacked my bridge 250. Now I'm down to 230 or whatever. Okay, I'm going to reinforce my bridge because I want it to be stronger. I could see that my ship, maybe my shot missed the bridge, but it hit the hull, so I did more damage there. Okay, great. I'm going to switch over to the hull. I'm going to try and pound it. But the enemy starship is also going to reinforce its hull because it knows that's a weaker point. So maybe I should target the engine because I know it's not going to hurt, it's not going to reinforce the engine at this point, and we can basically whittle each other down until a winner is declared. And the cool thing is, once it's done, the final, as it showed back in that back in this window here, we need to add a go back button in our arena. But if when I go back here and I select do not fight this pearl either, you can see here the potential damage. The maximum damage I could take is 3 points in damage. So even though if I'm whittling this bridge from 250 down to 0, that doesn't mean I'm taking 250 points in damage. That's basically just in the arena. The way that it works in lore of the universe is you're not destroying each other's starships. This is friendly battles, right? So the maximum damage you would take is 3 points, which to repair it would be $3, in a sense, or using a repair kit.
No, that's cool. And I like the different options that you have where it's like sometimes maybe if you don't have too much time, but you want to get in the battles, you have the auto AI just to see it go. But if you want to like really be specific, maybe if you're trying out a new ship and you just want to see how it is in battle, maybe you can kind of do that. And so that's cool. Yeah, like I said, you have definitely different options, and yeah.
And you can see here how, this in auto battle mode, we still play out. You'll still actually see the damage occur. These bar
will
graphs
go down,
go down, but it just happens all in a single transaction instead of breaking it up into multiples. So it's a lot of fun, especially like we've actually been testing this for the last couple weeks. It gets really nerve-wracking when you're down to the last couple shots and your starship is weak and their starship is weak and you're like, come on, what's going to happen? And you get that comes back. The battle log will say, you did 20 damage to the enemy hull or whatever, and it can get really intense for that last minute. So it is, it is a very different thing than the arcade, which is live. You're just shooting people, all that sort of stuff. But it can be really fun, especially if you're like doing something else and you want to come back here and you see you just want to do a battle and it's not intense. You can listen to your own music, whatever. It's just kind of a fun way to play in the ecosystem.
I'm definitely a turn-based gamer myself, so this is a good option. Not to say that I wouldn't try the arena, but the idea is that or the arcade, it's just I'm not sure how I would fare against people like Death Scythe and things like Death Scythe and stuff like pretty intimidating. But yes, but it's good that you get options. I think that's always a good thing, and it's like yeah, so that's cool.
So that's the final piece I'll talk about for then you can ask me questions or we can wrap it up, whatever, is basically our exciting multi-chain. So I'm going to share this cool, I literally finished this image yesterday. I did all the artwork. So here you can see we have one of our Dragonfly and Hercules classes, and there's a Pearl class coming out of the Warp Gate. So we're announcing the Warp Gate, which is going to be launching very shortly in probably about 2 weeks from the recording of this video. And what this means and what's really cool is you're going to have the ability to take your Starship NFTs and do what very few, we actually haven't heard of another project doing this. I'm not saying that there aren't any, but we haven't heard of it. And that is basically where you're going to be able to take your Starship NFT and you're going to send it through the warp gate to another chain. So one of the first chains that we're going to be launching on after we are after the season is complete is going to be we're launching on Avalanche, we're launching on Phantom, we're launching on Metis, and we're launching on Binance Smart Chain. We're going to be launching all of our bonds are going to be back open again for people on those chains, as well as buying Starship parts, Starship battles, the arcade, all of that stuff's going to be there. But the cool thing is, we started on Polygon, right? And so all of the people who have bought these ships on Polygon aren't stuck on Polygon, right? The cool thing is you're going to be able to come here to our dashboard. It's going to be underneath our map section here, which is not actually live. I should show you actually the main.
Yeah, I remember you guys started with Earth, and then there was I don't remember the names of the other planet, Medius or something like that.
That was in our test environment. So here's the other ones.
Yeah, Medius, got it. Oh, Faroon I think was the newer one. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't actually end up launching our final planet. We're going to be doing that at the very last step of the season, but it's been on hold right now. So you can see right now actually Medius is about 671% APY. It's still not too bad, which is pretty cool. So one of the things that you're going to be able to do is you're going to come here and you're going to be able to choose which starship you want, and then you'll be able to choose your destination chain. We're calling it our multiverse. A lot of people are building a metaverse. We're building a multiverse, and in our multiverse there are different planets. They're not going to be named the same way. They're not going to look the same way because in a different multiverse, everybody has Earth. But what are these other planets that have been discovered on the Binance chain or the Phantom chain or the Avalanche chain or whatever? And so the planets will be different, which is cool. But you'll actually, for the people who are on Polygon and do have all of these starships, you'll send them through the warp gate, and you'll have immediate advantage over people who are trying to collect parts, trying to get their ships ready to launch. We're going to be launching with multiple planets from the very beginning, so you will be able to travel to a different planet if you have a starship there. And if you're buying warp tokens, you can actually earn that extra APY that comes with a new chain. And then you're not going to be stuck. So we can actually start to run cool events where we can say, hey, everybody send your ships to the Phantom chain. We're going to be running a specific event or a specific giveaway or a specific war for all starships that are docked at whatever the Proxima B planet is on Phantom chain at this specific time are going to get this specific thing. And that's going to be really cool. A lot of people are starting to get used to the idea of traveling around to different chains, but making that be part of our game environment, making it where we're actually going to be able to send starships back and forth between chains and have all of the data of that ship be maintained, as it's traveling through the warp gate and appearing on the next chain is really cool, right? A lot of these projects are multi-chain by nature. They just take the entire ecosystem, they copy it, they launch it on another EVM. What we're doing is we're actually creating that interconnection where starships are going to travel around. And that's the cool thing when you go to the store. Actually, if I go to our, let me see, I think it's up here. Let me go to our ship manager starships. Let's just see. Oh, that's right. We took it off of OpenSea because we built our own OpenSea. Technically, all of our ships are there. You can see them on OpenSea. But one of the cool attributes that we have on our starships is basically the origin. So you're actually going to be able to buy starships or battle starships that came from different chains. So you'll be able to come here to the shipyard and you'll see we don't have it as an attribute yet, but you'll see origin.
Is it the background? Is it the background or no? Does the background say where it's from or no? That's
the background will not. The background is just it's part of the random generation process. But you'll be able to click on this and you'll be able to see.
And you can just see where.
Oh yeah, here you go. There's origin Polygon. So you
okay.
can see the origin of this starship is on Polygon, which is cool. So somebody maybe you might actually be looking at a ship and be like, wow, that ship was created on Binance Smart Chain. That's pretty cool, right? And I'm battling it in an arena or something like that.
Right.
So we want to kind of increase that narrative and kind of grow the whole project in that particular way. So yeah, I mean that's kind of the main big updates. That's
a lot of updates.
Really
yeah. My main questions was just around like timeline, like maybe like right now. Talk a little bit about just like what's the current situation now, and I know like you showed off a lot of stuff in like the test net and obviously the game and things like that. Maybe just generally when that is like when's that coming, if you're able to share, and then just like how does my community get involved now? Obviously jumping and getting a starship is key, but maybe just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I was listening to my calendar. So today's Friday, the 25th of March at the time of this recording. I don't know when this video goes.
It'll come out today. Okay, it'll come out today.
Okay, so today, so we're actually launching the Battle Zone, the Battle Arena. All of that stuff is launching on Sunday, which is the 27th. So 2 days from now, the Battle Arena, which I showed you guys, ships battling each other for die. The arcade is already out. As you saw, people were fighting each other when we logged in. That's live. That's been out for a week now.
Cool.
And it will continue to be iterated and developed. We're actually looking at building and racing components and other stuff inside that. It's just kind of a big arena where people.
Yeah, racing one would be interesting. Not like a straightaway racing, but maybe like a maze or something like that. Okay, talk about that. That's definitely nerve wracking. But that's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Space is hard. It's already hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically then we have so the Battle Arena. So arcade is already out, arena is already out. We launched the Shipyard. People buying and selling each other's NFTs without us, buying and selling them. That's already out, and so we are considering the end of season 1 for Warp to be to have the battle arena launched and to have the warp gate in place. So the battle arena is just about to launch in 2 days from today, and then the warp gate we're looking at probably about a week and a half to 2 weeks from now.
Okay.
Upon which we're going to be showing here's going to be our first chain. Now the cool thing is, and where your community can get involved is, we launched on Polygon. We did pretty decently well. It wasn't explosive, but that's fine, right? We were launching the brand new thing, a brand new ecosystem. We were untested, people didn't know. Now we've added all of these incredible features, all of this stuff. So we're actually going to be launching, we're going to be revealing to the community which chain we're going to launch on first, whether it's Binance, whether it's Metis, whether it's Avalanche or Phantom. And then we're going to give people the opportunity to get ready, because as soon as we launch on another chain, we're bringing the entire ecosystem with us. Multi-planet staking, the Shipyard, buying and selling parts, being able to fight battles, joining the arcade, as well as then all the stuff around our dashboard. All of these things are launching in its entirety on a new chain, which means that all the people who are on that chain and getting exposure to Warp are finding a rich ecosystem. And so for the community who knows about Warp now, we expect to do very well when we launch on these. A lot of these projects are launching with a bunch of promised features, a bunch of hopium, right? Like someday we're going to add this stuff. But here we are. We've already got an interactive Unity-built web-based game. Ship Battle's already out. We've got a Shipyard, our own internal NFT marketplace. We have the dashboard, which looks amazing. And we have multi-planet staking, which people have already earned a lot of money on. Like, all of this stuff is launching to a new chain. And so, get your friends in if you guys are interested in this project. Let them know, pay attention to our Discord, all that stuff, because when we do launch, we launch the new Warp token and people can send their Starships over. We expect it to do really well, honestly. I mean, we hope it does really well. It's crypto, nobody does, right?
Yeah, no, a lot of my community was excited when I talked about the first video, and like you said, that was maybe month and a half ago. You guys have done a lot. There's a lot of interesting stuff, a lot of great updates that you provided. We appreciate your time walking through each one of these things. I thought it looked great. The opportunity is there for you guys to, obviously, even if you guys aren't ready to jump in, buy a ship, definitely join the community. I'll put those links in the description. Obviously, you'll see people talking about it, strategizing, maybe trying to sell their ships or try to share some things or show off what they've done. And I think that's definitely interesting. It's definitely a great ecosystem. One that I'm definitely going to, want to continue to talk about and give you guys updates on in the future. So, Joel, I appreciate your time today. I'll put those links in the description. I can't wait to learn more about it. And yeah, great job and everything. And I appreciate your time today.
Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Take care, everybody. It's good to chat with you all again.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Catch you guys next time.